Well, I tell you what, we're here at the Hoover Dam. We stayed at Kingman last night and we're on our way to Vegas. Yeah, baby. We're looking forward to running amok in Vegas. But you drive straight past the Hoover Dam. Now, we had to stop. This is such an iconic place in the world. An amazing engineering feat this whole place is. I tell you, I'm so looking forward to it. There's a tour up here. I reckon I'm going to get myself in a tour, go have a look how this whole place was built, how the hydroelectricity works. So come on this epic adventure, I reckon.
Build the Hoover Dam, job one, move the water around a construction site. They did so by blasting out 4 of these tunnels, 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side. They blasted them out to 56 feet in diameter and lined them with 3 feet of concrete. I already put one to sleep. That made them 50 feet in diameter. Each one of them ranged from 3,500 to 4,300 feet in length, about 3/4 of a mile. Get this, it only took them 19 months to blast them out of solid volcanic rock and line them all with about 400,000 cubic yards of concrete. Once they accomplished that, they built 2 coffer dams, one upriver, one downriver. The upper coffer dam was 98 feet tall and lifted the Colorado River into these diversion tunnels, moving the water around a construction site. Lower coffer dam, 66 feet tall, prevented water from backfilling into the construction site. With those 2 dams, they effectively isolated that half-mile area for construction. Once that was accomplished, that area was drained in 135 feet of loose rock and sediment, removed to expose bedrock below. Now they're ready to build a Hoover Dam. So buckets containing 8 cubic yards of concrete. You'll see a full-size model upstairs. One of those were lowered, about 16 tons, every 78 seconds, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 1 week shy of 2 years. First bucket was placed 6 June 1933 at 11:20 a.m. Last bucket was placed May 30th, 1935.
Well, folks, we're in the belly of the beast here. As you can see from that unbelievable explanation, the amazing feat that they did this in the 30s with steam shovels by hand. I mean, wow. It just makes us feel not that special. Back then, when men were men and women were women, they achieved this in 5 years. I mean, we've got a lot to live up to in our generation, I can tell you.
And so the white is calcium carbonate, green, copper, red, iron. Hoover Dam was built as an arch gravity dam. Okay, arch takes the energy from Lake and just transfers energy into the canyon walls. Gravity, weight of the concrete, 3.25 million cubic yards equals 6.6 million tons. Holds it down. No structural steel connecting it to the canyon walls. There was no structural steel used in the dam other than a 1-inch pipe used to pull the blocks. There was 582 miles of that used in there. 5 reasons why they built the dam. Flood control, storage, irrigation is the top 3. Navigation, when they built the dam, it became a natural open a bridge for commerce to the western United States. We didn't have a lot of bridges back then over the Colorado River. 5 last but not least power.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've done the dam tour, and I'll tell you, that was absolutely amazing. The engineering feat to build this in the 30s is phenomenal. And you know what I learned? Since 1941, this dam has never been so low in water. 1941, it was full to the brim, everything sorted out, and it's the lowest ever right now. So we're here seeing history. To see how they built this dam in the 1930s with steam shovels, dynamite, you know, and just amazing ingenuity blows my mind. Look, if you're coming here, if you're coming to the States, make sure you stop past Hoover Dam and just check it out, because I tell you what, you won't regret it. Well, here we are, we're coming out of the Sahara in Las Vegas. Now, it's pretty exciting stuff. We managed to get ourselves on a trophy truck driving experience, but even gets better than that. We're actually going to get to shoot a whole heap of other guns. Okay, if anyone knows me, they know I've got a few guns of my own. I like doing some targets and a bit of hunting and all that sort of stuff. But there's one gun I haven't got to shoot in Australia, and that's a big 50 cal, and I get to experience that today. And I think there's some other cool stuff like belt-fed machine guns and all sorts of jazz. So I reckon today's going to be pretty epic. Yeah, great. Look at this, full service here in the States. Open the door for you. Apparently, sit up the front here, the aircon's colder. The old seat over here, I reckon.
We are going to Arizona today. I hope everybody knows that. Again, our location, once we get there, takes about 30 to 40 minutes to get there. Our location is a 127-acre ranch. We like to call it redneck paradise out there because there's ATVs, big old jacked up trucks, guns, everything you can imagine for adult Disneyland. So that's where we're going today. This is not Old Town Boulder City yet. A lot of this was built up in the 1940s and 50s. You can kind of see the architecture, you know, kind of Americana kind of thing. Known as basically a retirement town for a lot of people who got sick of the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas back in the 50s and 60s. A lot of stars moved out here. There's no gambling was allowed here, and I don't think till 1956 there was no bars or drinking, unfortunately. So come out here, it's a dry area, a dry town. A couple of stars that you might know. Has anybody ever heard of Bob Hope, the famous comedian? Yeah. He used to live here. And the other person that we know of who lived here was Eddie Van Halen, the famous guitar player, with his wife Valerie Bertinelli. You might see some large sheep in this little park we're going to stop at. They're known as the desert bighorn sheep. The males have extremely large horns. The females have the smaller horns. And pretty much as a residual effect of building this park about 30 years ago, the sheep love the park. They just come down the hillside every morning and afternoon, and they graze on the nice green grass, and then they go back up in the early evening with their young ones.
Well, here we are. We've made it here to the ranch, they call it here, to drive buggies, shoot guns, and they did a bit of a surprise for us, and we're all getting to go in the Sin City Hustler monster truck. We're in Vegas, right? To actually shoot guns, drive buggies and all that. So we ended up back in Arizona to do all this cool mad stuff. We're just about to go in the big Sin City. Let's have a look. Hopefully we get a bit of air. What do you reckon, Tim? What do you reckon, Big Jezza? Sounds alright. Sounds like you've got a bit more nuts than the old trophy truck. Oh yeah. There we go. We're going in the big wagon monster truck. Here comes a bit of America. I reckon there's a few Sin City hustlers sitting in here with DMW logos on them. Run right there. There. And yeah, probably me too. Like Glenn said, it's a little bit like that, isn't it? Yep, a little bit like that. Ah, well, we've experienced it now, the Sin City Hustler.
Wasn't so bad, huh?
What do you reckon, Jeremy?
That was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit.
It makes all the right noises.
It does, makes all the right noises. I'll tell you what, a bit different to being strapped into the old drag car at home, full on off-road buggy. They're only automatic. I was hoping for a mad manual experience, but you know, I think they've got to cater for all types of people. I mean, this is my first time in a trophy truck, but it's not my first time cutting thick drifted water, I can tell you. So, Glenn's up front. So Glenn's got half a lap lead on me straight away. So I want to see how this is all going to go. If I can chase Glen down and catch him by the end of the 5 laps, I'll be one happy man. Unreal, Jezza. Hit mate, drifter. Well, I shot the 50 cal. I can't see whether I hit the exploding targets or not. It's very, very hard to see. It's very windy. Gives you a whole new respect for a proper sniper out there, hey. What a rush though. Wow. pretty cool, wasn't it? It's just walking along the street and saw a crowd of people here, and thought we'd pull up and have a look. Yeah, all of a sudden music and fountains erupted. Pretty cool out near the Bellagio on the Strip. There's so much to take in though, like, you know, like one fantastic set of lights and then this is going on. It's a pretty hectic city. So we've only really just started looking around. It's the tip of the iceberg. So I reckon we'll have some more adventures to show you pretty soon. Next level stuff. I mean, it's all fake, but it's amazing. The old boat monkey business over there. Well, we're in the, what do you call it, Glenn? Shop.
Is there actual pawn shop there?
Yeah, where they film the TV show and all that sort of stuff. Well, we couldn't get an interview with the man, but we've got an interview with the statue here, or the, what do you call it? Time cutout. Reminds me of little Jeremy once at work.
It does, yeah.
So, Glenn, I'm not a huge follower of the show,
Yeah.
so give us a bit of a rundown of what it's all about.
Yeah, so it's a family-run business. It started with the old man who's passed on now. Rick here, he's the owner, and his son Corey, and then you got the lunatic Chumley, who's a family friend. So I think the actual show must be, I don't know if they film something here, and there might be a section in there where they close
This
off.
is quite small.
Very small here, yeah. So.
Anyway, when you're in Vegas, you've got to check out all this sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Glenn knows all about it. And our legendary Tim, Tag Tim, remember this? He's all over this stuff too. He didn't want to be in front of the camera explain all about it though. But if you do see Tim walking down the street, ask him about the Vegas experience and this man right here.
Tag team.